podcast, just me by myself, Flo, and I got a special guest with me today. Tell them your name, sir.
Hello, this is FSPD077. It's an honor to be on here on your show, sir.
Okay, and today on this special episode, we're going to be talking about our love and passion for Japanese wrestling, and we wrote down 10 reasons what we like about Japanese wrestling. So, Wade, I'm going to let you start it off first.
Okay. My love for Japanese wrestling, or promotion, it's called over in Japan, probably America now, is a Japanese style of wrestling that mixes wrestling with submission and shoot, which is mixed martial arts, into the form of wrestling that it is with high-flying lucha libre style of wrestling. I first started watching it, I think it was back in probably 94, 96 when WCW, that's pretty much where I first got my first look at Broshi or Joshi for the Japanese female version of it. Of watching like Jushin Liger, the Lucha Libre like Mysterio, Mystique, and many others that came there. And then they had like Medusa. She was one of my favorite Japanese wrestlers over there, which was Akira, which was the woman that innovated the Brain Buster.
Okay.
And I've been watching, like when we had Promise Star back when I was younger, we used to have a Japanese channel on there, and I used to watch the JWP. And my favorite girl of all time has to be Cutie Suzuki.
Oh, yeah.
There's no content with that.
Okay. So here are the reasons right here that we wrote down. We're going to start off with number one. Okay. Number one, telling people our love for Jinso and how we getting into watching it. So, Wade, your thoughts?
Alright, well, like I said, I used to have Promise Star, and I used to watch the Japanese channel, and I used to watch, like, the NWP and the New Japan World Wrestling, and then I also watched the JWP, which is the Japanese Pro Wrestling, which had, like, Cutie Suzuki in it, which I can go on all day talking about her.
Yeah.
And then I watched full martial arts Frontier, which was one of my favorites that had Hayabusa in it.
Yeah.
That had Megumi Kudo, which was pretty much the first woman I ever seen bleed. And she would do barbed wire matches.
Yeah, So, okay, what I thought about Jinzusa, well, I didn't watch too much of it, but I really thought that it was a pretty cool promotion and everything. And to be honest, I never really got into Japanese wrestling around that time, you know, because since when I was a kid, I was like watching WCW and WWF around that time. I didn't know anything about Japanese wrestling. I started physically getting into Japanese wrestling around October of almost last year, you know, in 2012, and that's how I started reading up on promotions on Wikipedia, such as the first eyes I laid on was Smash, you know. Smash, that was a previous promotion that was ran by Tajiri before he had the Wrestling New Classic promotion, which Smash had folded on March of last year, and now he's currently running Wrestling New Classic, you know. Like, as I was talking about, I was going on a search of Japanese wrestling when I first laid eyes on the first Japanese wrestling match, when the Japanese actress and black belt in fifth degree in Taekwondo, Rita Takeda, the girl who played in High Kick Girl, Karate Girl, and the newly just recently released Dead Sushi. I seen one of her matches at this All Japan Pro Wrestling promotion, along with the retired wrestler in Japanese Graveyard idol Yosuke Aikawa. I believe that was her first match as well. When I laid my eyes on her first match in the All Japan Pro Wrestling, man, oh man, she kicked it a lot of ass, man. She used those heavy ass swift kicks against this tall dude named Kaz. K-A-Z, can't really pronounce his name pretty well, but I really thought that it was an awesome match. It was like a 6-person mixed gender tag team match, you know, and I
Yeah, I know.
think,
I uploaded that video
oh,
to my YouTube account. It's on there if anybody wants to watch it.
yeah, yeah, it's on his YouTube. It's on his YouTube channel. Go check it out. You're gonna love every minute of it. But you know what else? I got the one in the better quality in full 1080p HD, which I'm going to put that down in the description box below. And I'm telling you, it's going to be. It's going to be worth watching. You're going to love every second of it. Okay.
It's worth it.
Yep. And then
I love Yuzuki Okawa's outfit from it too. That's actually from a TV show. That's the reason the girls are on there.
Yeah.
The match is Erica Saito and a few others. It was called Welcome to El Pacquiao.
Yeah.
It was a TV series that Yuzuki Okawa did. That was like 12 episodes.
okay. Yeah. I like Yuzuki Aikawa too. She's awesome. She's really awesome. She know how to put on a hell of a show to entertain the people, you know. And she only been with World Wonder Reign Stardom for 3 years now. She's retired and now she's been enjoying life without wrestling. Okay, let's get back to the topic. You know, number 4. What was some of the favorite matches of Japanese wrestling that we liked it? Wade, you go.
Oh my God! I probably gotta say one of the best matches I've ever seen was Neil's final night, which was Yumi Kirihara versus Yoshiko Tamura for the Neo Championship. It was Yoshiko Tamura's retirement match. It went for almost 35 minutes, and by the time it was over, Yumi Kirihara was bruised and having multiple concussions from all the headbutts she did to Yoshiko. And anybody that knows Yoshiko Tamura, you can check her videos out on YouTube. There's got to be many. I always consider her like the female version of Samoa Joe, because she might be a big type woman, but she moved so gracefully in the ring.
Oh.
And Yumi Kirihara is probably one of the best heavy hitters and girl that can take a beating that I've ever seen. And I've been watching her career since she was real young.
Oh yeah. And some of my favorite matches, some of my favorite Japanese wrestling matches that I liked it was Makoto going against Serena. Everybody know who Serena is. She was part of CM Punk's Street Edge Society. Her and both of them had a match against each other in this promotion, Smash. Like I said again, that was the previous company to Jerry owned before Wrestling New Classic, and I thought that was an awesome match. Serena and Makoto going right at it, using spears on each other. Oh my God! Oh my!
Especially when Makoto goes for her 16, they were that's cross body.
Yeah.
And Makoto, she's so good at selling. She can make anybody look good. That's always the thing I always liked about Makoto. Even back when she was younger, when she first started it, she can make anybody look good.
Yeah, she started wrestling at 16 years old, despite losing most of her matches around her teen years. But as when she got into her 20s, she got a lot more better, you know. And I believe in Makoto of doing that. And what I read on Wikipedia, that her dream is to become a WWE diva, and she also had put that on her Twitter page too, which she had changed it.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. I think she would be an excellent thing over here in America to wrestle, but I don't know if it would be. I mean, like I said, I'd love to see her do it.
She wrestled in some American matches in the Indies, however, and she also is a fan of UFC too. She had participated at this UFC event at Atlanta or something like that, what I read on Wikipedia and such. And the other match that I really, really loved was a 6-person mixed gender Extreme Rules match involving Tajiri, Sabu, Shuri, this guy I don't know anything about, Michael Carville, whatever his last name is. Korvac, and Lynn Byron. That was one of the best awesome Extreme Rules match of all time, having 2 females involving in the hardcore match. Oh my God, using barbed wire tables too. Oh, that match was just so awesome right there. Even my own brother loved that match too, man. Me and my, oh my God, I don't know what to say about it. I'm just completely speechless about this match. This match was just so awesome, man. It was really awesome, man. These females know how to put on an awesome, great show. And then the last Japanese wrestling match was at a World Wonder Ring Stardom event. Yoshiko and Nazuki Tayo taking on Yoko Bido and Yuzuki Aikawa in a tag team match. Man, that match was so awesome too. What basically Tayo and Yoshiko would be entering the ring by themselves every 20 seconds, just constantly attacking Bido and Aikawa. Man, I thought that was an awesome match right there. My brother loved it too, man. All those girls were sexy, except for like Yoshiko. Yoshiko is the powerhouse girl, and Nazuki Tayo, she's small, short, but got the speed. She's real fast. What you think about it, Wade?
When it comes to Suzuki Okawa, I probably got to say my favorite match that she did was her first match, her debut at her own youth hunt show, Missouri, when she took off the vein of Fuka. Yeah. I love that match against Nanika Takashaki. That was probably my favorite match because it showed how much hard she took a beating. I mean, I guess like when I showed you the picture of her online when she had the swelled eye.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, God, she took a beating, and she just kept coming back for more, even though she lost the match.
Yeah.
She can come out of it. Usually in Japan, the rule is that when a girl first goes into Tochi Thing for wrestle, they have to lose for their first year, which means they have to literally take a beating by some of the biggest stars there. And I mean, I'm not talking about just beating them up and making I'm saying bruising them up and making them bloody.
Yeah.
I can feel that to the Joshi Proji, they bleed for their love of their wrestling.
Yeah.
That's what's different between American and Japan wrestling.
Yeah. And as for number 3, American versus Japan, difference between them. So what do you think about this, Wade? What's the difference between American wrestling and Japanese wrestling to you?
Okay, well, American wrestling is pretty much more, the way it is now, it's more typical towards the sexual thing, the sexual nature. If you notice how the women dress now, it's more provocative, more like fetishes and various other things. It's more about how big, most of the girls, like in the American scene, are like models and stuff, like in WWE. Mm-hmm. There's not really that many wrestlers that there is. If there are, they pretty much get rid of them and they keep models.
Oh, yeah.
Now, in Japan, if you've watched any of their matches, you got some women that are very beautiful, but it's not about sex.
Oh.
It's about tradition and wrestling.
Oh, yes. It's about awesome competition as well, too. A lot of people just pay money to come on in and enjoy themselves, you know. Even after they be getting off from school, from work, you be seeing them in school uniforms and suits. That means they just want to see that match. And right after that event is over, they go back to their routine the next day. I really like that. I really love that, dude.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's not just about a paycheck for the Japanese, because like I told you, the Japanese, they don't get paid that much for their matches. I mean, it matters how they're looking. Like I told you, most of them make their money off of their merchandise.
Oh, yes.
They don't make much money, and they go out there, and every time they wrestle, it could be the last match.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I mean, wrestling is real and fake at the same time, but the kind of wrestling they do, most of the women that do that kind of wrestling don't even get to their 30s. Most of them start out at 18 and are retired by 22 or 24.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And then, in number 4, who are you hoping to see in America one day?
Oh, God, I was going to say Yuzuki Okawa.
Yeah.
But I know that won't happen now.
Nah, that ain't going to happen. She's retired.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But who I'm hoping to see in America, I'm going to pick Shuri. Shuri, she kicks so much ass. I'm telling you, this girl, she kicks so much ass. She's a shoot boxer and a kickboxer. She is undefeated in her boxing matches, you know. But when she's in the ring, she just uses her techniques to win most of her matches, and became the first Wrestling New Classic Women's Champion too. Y'all have to see the belt, man. That women's title, man, it's big. It's bigger than the Divas title and the Knockouts title too. Man, that's got to be one of the biggest women's belts in the history of wrestling. I've never seen anything like that. And gold too, that's kind of a little similarity and resemblance to the World Heavyweight Champion, man. I like that belt too. But as far as the WNC champion itself, that's a little bigger than the WNC Women's Champion. You know, what you think, Wade?
Oh God, if I was to say if she would come to America, the match I'd want to see, it would have to be Sherry versus Gail Kim, or Sherry versus either Madison Eagle or Mickey Shaft.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah. It wouldn't make any sense for her going to the WWE, because I know they're not going to use her and let her wrestle her own way, you know? Wouldn't you agree?
No, they probably wouldn't let her wrestle her way. They'll probably do like they did to Jerry.
Yeah, I know. And who else? Who I want to see wrestle in America? Makoto.
That would be great.
Yeah, that would be great if Makoto would have been wrestling in America. Despite she has been wrestling in America, but in the Indies promotion though.
Ishihara?
Yeah.
Yeah, her and Tsukasa Fujimoto have done that.
Yeah. You think Makoto would have been doing good in TNA?
Back in the days when TNA first started, when the knockouts began, I'd probably say, yeah, it would have been great to see it. But now, the way everything's going, I don't think it would probably work out.
Yeah.
I mean, they brought back Gail Kim, and now Gail Kim's in the background.
Yeah, but I know she wouldn't do any great in WWE, because you know how Vince McMahon is.
Yeah, he pretty much doesn't really care about the women's division anymore. It's pretty much a thing of the past. I'm sorry to say it.
Yeah, I know. It's hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
Yeah, I know. It's hard.
Being a person that creates female calls in the WWE games, it really is hard, because every year that I create people in the game, the list just gets shorter and shorter. But like I say, WWE 13 had the most females in I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. Mhm.
Which is, I hope the next game they at least have over 12.
WWE 2K14.
Oh yes.
Mhm. I know you definitely.
The Rumble Roses will be in it, people.
Oh yeah. So keep on the lookout. Subscribe to his channel too. He makes awesome wrestling crawls from Japan too, and you're gonna like what he does. And for number 5, who will be the top Japanese wrestler, either in WNC, in WWRS, or Pro Wrestling Wave? You pick. Wade.
Well, like I told you, Yuzaki Okawa, if she's not retired, I'd probably say her. My guess is probably, I'm going to say it's either going to be Rising Star, probably say Makoto, from Wrestling Classic, or Wondering Stardom. I got to say you. I've been watching you or Io Shirai.
Oh.
I've been watching Io Shirai's career since JD Star and Neo.
Yeah, I'm going to say who will be the top star in Japanese wrestling promotion. To my picking, as New Japan Pro Wrestling, Hiroshi Tanahashi, he's somewhat of a big star in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I haven't seen all of his matches, but I think in my eyes, he is the top star in NJPW. He also wrestled in TNA briefly, and as well as Wrestling New Classic, I'm going to pick Shuri. Shuri is going to be the top star in WNC. And for World Wonder Ring Stardom, Yuzuki and Kawa already had been the rising star, but since now she's retired, I'm going to go pick Yuhi. Yuri is going to be the next rising star since now she's one half of the Artists of Stardom Tag Team Championships. Now she's gonna go. She's gonna get gold in the future. I know and believe it in my heart. She's only 17 right now, going on 18. You know,
yes, and she's got a nice style wrestling. She's got a lot of heart. That's all that really matters in Japan. Is if a person has heart, even if they win or lose, that's the one thing I love about Japanese wrestling. Is that even if you win or lose, if you go out there and you put on the best show you got, you're respected.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And it's not about, like I said, it's not about a paycheck or going out there and making yourself look good. It's about how much heart you got.
Yeah, absolutely. And to my point of eyes, let me get to this last one. As well as for Pro Wrestling Wave, Kana. Kana is the most dangerous poison queen female of all time. You do not want to upset her. She's been getting a lot of PMS fits.
You ain't kidding there. And I will never see the match, just like everybody will never see Undertaker versus Sting, but we will never see Yuzuki Akawa versus Kana.
Yeah, absolutely. We ain't gonna never see that match between those
I would
two.
love to see that.
Yeah, I would like to see that myself too. That would be awesome.
Because both of them love to take pain and they love to dish it out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Yuzuki's a very beautiful girl and Kana is too, but if you get on their bad side, they will kick the crap out of you.
Oh, yes, absolutely. They will maul you. They will absolutely maul you until you can't stand. As well as Shuri and Makoto goes, like when you told me 77, I'm gonna call you by that for short. 77. Let me tell you that. If you upset Makoto and Shuri, oh my God, just like you said, they're gonna come after you. They're gonna come after you. They're gonna come after you like nothing, man. Especially Shuri kicks. She will kick the crap out of you. As well as Makoto, she will just stump you up.
Oh yes, Makoto, she came from like I don't know how many people know, but she came from Emi Sakura's region known as Oxford, and we saw on that show. I still watch this day, and she was wrestling since she was 16.
Oh yes, absolutely. Makoto been wrestling absolutely since she was 16 years old. Absolutely since she was 16 years old. As well as for Shuri, she started wrestling at 19. But before she started,
she was part of Hustle.
Yeah, she was part of Hustle.
Girl.
Yeah, but when Shuri first debuted, she was called Karate Girl. I seen her attire. She resembles Sakura from the Street Fighter games.
Well, that was her theme too when she came out.
That was her theme too.
But she still has.
Yeah, she also has the theme too.
Yeah, and then when she went to Smash, she dressed up like Samurai Showdown.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was just so awesome right there, man. Oh my God. And
that's gotta probably be my second favorite match is Shuri versus Kana.
Oh yeah.
And Smash, their first and second meeting.
Mm-hmm.
The first match, Kana beat her. The second match, Shuri won.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then
I got that backwards.
Yeah. Absolutely. And for number six, the wrestler themselves we know about. Well, we already explained what the wrestlers that we know about, so there's no point of explaining it again. Number 7, the promotions we keep up with. 77, I'm gonna let you go right ahead.
Okay, well, my first one, I'd probably say would be Ice Ribbon. Anybody that knows me or talks to me knows that I'm a huge fan of Ice Ribbon. Emi Sakura, her Ice Ribbon show was probably the first show I started watching on YouTube at Neo. And there's a lot of great wrestlers that came from Ice Ribbon, like Ray, which is Lynn Byron, Takasa Fujimoto, Hiroto Shuda, Makoto. Yaki Matsumoto, Hiroyo Matsumoto came from there too. And there's just so many that came from that show. And it's a small promotion. They started out, Emi Sakura started it out in a little dojo she bought, and they didn't have a ring. They couldn't even afford a ring. They had a little mats down. It used to be on YouTube. You could watch some of their matches. Makoto actually had a match against a robot on there. That's how poor it was. And then slowly they started getting more funds. They finally got a ring and their symbol. And Ice Ribbon's probably, I would say in the undercards, it's up there, but it's not one of the big shows on there, but I still watch it and love it. Probably second would probably be Wonder Rank Stardom.
Yeah, World Wonder Rank
actually a continuation of JD Star. The same people that own JD Star own Stardom, and Fuka was their top girl there. Before she retired, she had, I think, like 39 matches. And Wonder Rank Stardom is like I'm talking to Miss Rumble Rose from the Rumble Rose Network. I thought that's like our equivalent of a real Rumble Rose. Because you've got Inochi, Bikini Idol, you got a schoolgirl, a pirate.
Oh, yeah.
Bondage chick that loves talking. I mean, it just goes on and on.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing you don't got is the cloud that says that as far as the bondage chick around drinking sake, which is that Yashikawa. I could just go on all day about Wonder Ring and Stardom. It's just funny.
Yeah. World Wonder Ring Stardom is an all-female divas promotion, man. That has got to be one of the awesome promotions that these females put on the matches. And as well, for Wrestling New Classic, I've been keeping up with that company ever since I've been started getting into interest of watching Japanese wrestling and whatnot or whatever. But before I got into the addiction of watching Japanese wrestling, watching Wrestling New Classic, I was watching Smash. You know, I was basically seeing almost every match of Smash and what they have to offer, and it was very awesome. Smash was pretty awesome, but so too bad that it got folded due to arguments that Jerry had with the CEO or whatever, some type of altercation or whatever. But you know, it is what it is. Got Wrestling New Classic now. Wrestling New Classic is doing very great right now. I even got the DVD itself, and I watched it along with my brothers. 400 minutes plus 6 hours long, which is very awesome. And then what they do outside of wrestling, what they do out of the ring, they just like normal people. You know, they very humble. They stay to themselves. They just so kind, so gentle, so nice. You know, it's just so nice, man. Me and my brother.
Well, yeah, lots of them are. You can go on Facebook or Twitter, and they will actually talk to you.
Yeah.
They're not disrespectful or anything. They actually enjoy talking to people. And most of the time, they don't even want to talk about wrestling. They just want to talk about regular life.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I know. I spoke to Lynn Byron on Facebook. I congratulated her for winning the WNC Women's Champion. She said I'm Godspeed. I couldn't remember what she said, but that was like a month ago. I couldn't remember what she said. I got powers, speed, and the agility. I think that's what she said, but I couldn't remember what she said after I congratulated, because that's been long ago. But it was awesome.
I got a funny one for you. The first time I made my Twitter account, I followed Ray, and then she followed me. Well, I sent her a link to my video of WWE 12 of Ray/Lynn Byron. Well, she personally messaged me, and she got on me and told me, don't give out trade secrets. Which pretty much what she was telling me was not to let people know that she was actually Ray and Lynn Byron. And that was really funny. I still talk to her on Facebook.
Oh yeah. As we go on to number 8, the best. They are the best Japanese wrestlers of all time, and they can kick any American wrestlers as not every American wrestler, just American wrestlers such as TNA, WWE. The best Japanese wrestler, if they would have wrestled neither in TNA or WWE, okay, what would happen if like a group, let's say Shuri, Makoto, then Byron, Nagase, the girl with the kendo stick. What happened if they would have been like a powerful faction just raiding on the divas, just attacking a diva there is in sight, like real women's wrestlers like themselves.
Ooh, that would be interesting. That would be a different blend of style because the Japanese style has different rules than the American style. Rules in Japan is you can be knocked out, you can get a 10 count, a pin, a submission, you can be disqualified, but that doesn't mean you're going to be disqualified. You hit a person with a chair. No, you pretty much got to almost kill the person for them to disqualify you over in Japan. I mean, you literally got to have the person to the point where they can't even stand before they'll whoop the match or disqualify a person. It's pretty wild to win matches too. I mean, you can watch one of Roshi Nakajima where she fought Emi Sakura. She gave herself 2 concussions by headbutting her twice in the match.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
Okay. She had to go to the hospital that night.
Okay. Oh man. And then we go on to number 9. And that is, do you think any divas would have wrestled in the World Wonder Ring Stardom promotion?
I would only say there would be a few that I'd love to see over there. I'd probably say like going from I don't really get to watch WWE that much because of work or TNA much, so I don't really get to keep up with everything. But I'd probably say I'd like to see the Bella Twins over in Ring of Stardom. The one Ring of Stardom, that would be awesome to see. Beth Phoenix would probably be one I'd love to see. I'd like to see her and Ash Calgo. That'd be a great match.
Yeah.
Gail Kim and Wonder Ring of Stardom, that would be awesome. Mickey James. I mean, it's like a list. It can go on and on and on.
Yeah. What about AJ Lee? What happened if AJ Lee would have been wrestled in the World Wonder Ring Stardom promotion?
I don't really know because I've never really seen a couple of her matches, and I'm used to watching her in the CW, which was the World Championship Wrestling. Like Serena Dev, I've never really seen any of her matches in WWE. I've only seen hers and DSWC and Shimmering.
Yeah.
And I always liked her Mino Mancino character from Florida County Wrestling, where she was a monster's daughter. I always liked that character for her, but I liked her Serena version that she is now. That's in her match with Kana.
Yeah.
And Serena Dev in any promotion would be great. That girl's completely talented.
Yeah. And to my personal perspective, I think AJ Lee would have ended up in the hospital if she would have wrestled over there at the World Wonder Ring Stardom. I mean, like, those girls would basically maul her. They would maul her, and same goes for Kelly Kelly as well, too. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yes. They probably do because they would want to get bruised or bloodied.
Yeah.
Because like I said, over here in America, the wrestling, not the indie stuff, but I'm talking about like the promotions like TNA and WWE.
Those are corporations.
They about more of looks than real wrestling anymore. The traditions are not saying pretty much everything now is pretty much like a soap opera.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And the lastly goes for number 10. What WWE superstar would you rather see wrestled in New Japan Pro Wrestling? I'm not talking about the ones that wrestled over there already, like Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle or whatever. I'm talking about the wrestlers that never wrestled in NJPW before. Who you rather see wrestle over there?
Daniel Bryan, he was in Dragon Gate. I'd probably say I'd like to see him over there. CM Punk would be a great addition.
Them both wrestled in NJPW as well too. What happened if you were like seeing John Cena wrestle in New Japan Pro Wrestling?
I'd probably say he would be a big name over there because he's already got a name in America. I'd probably say it might do him some good to try that. Because he tried new character. Look at Albert, Prince Albert. He went over there.
He was called John Bernard in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and then he wrestled over there for 7 years, and that what made him come back to the WWE as the Japanese gimmick called him Lord Tensai. Now he's in a tag team with Brodus Clay, now called Tons of Funk Sweet Tea Tensai.
Yeah, but you see what I mean? How they changed him. I mean, he went to Japan, he made quite a name for himself, then he comes back over here, and he makes his bad entrance as Lord Tensai. I mean, it was awesome, and then after about a couple weeks, he's now nothing but Alaskan stock.
Yeah.
Pretty much entertaining kids, and over in Japan, he was a brutal person.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I wouldn't want to really see Makoto come over here, because they'd even take Makoto's character, and she would end up like Randy Orton's girlfriend or something. What's going to Gail Kim?
Yeah.
Gail Kim was one of the most talented girls on the WWE roster, along with Trish Stratus and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they reduced her to Daniel Bryan's girlfriend.
Yeah. Like, what would happen if you were to see Randy Orton wrestle in NJPW?
I'd like to see that.
Oh, yeah. How about the Big Show?
Oh, the Big Show, I'd say he'd make a great addition over there.
Mm-hmm. What would happen if Ryback would have went against Akebono?
Ooh, that'd be a great match.
You think
I'd like to see him go against Kenji Muto.
Yeah. You think Ryback could pick up Akebono? You know who Akebono is?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you remember he had that sumo wrestling match against the Big Show at WrestleMania 21?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he threw the Big Show right out really fast.
Oh, man.
It was over before it even started.
Oh, man. I really thought
if Randy Orton went to Japan, I want to see him versus Kenji Muto, which is one of the greatest Japanese wrestlers over there. Probably one of my top 5 would probably be him. Kenji Muto was known as the Great Muto.
Oh, yeah. What do you think of Hiroshi Tanahashi?
I've only seen a couple of his matches.
Yeah.
Probably my all-time favorite Japanese wrestlers would be Hayabusa, Jushin Thunder Liger, Shingo Kobayashi, Great Muto, Kenji Muto. I'd probably say them are my top.
Yeah.
I'm all friends with them on Facebook, and they all are nice, really nice people to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I get on Facebook in the morning, which is nice here today, there, Liger always greets me and asks me how's my day going.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And then lastly, this is going to be a shocker right here. What would happen if Triple H would have wrestled in NJPW?
Ooh, God. Ooh, that'd be a good one. I don't know. Kenna Kobayashi, I like seeing go against him. Like I said, anybody that goes up against the Great Muto, Kenji Muto, that's a match I'd want to see.
Oh, yeah, man. That would have been.
That's the new classic, Akira.
Yeah.
Let's go against Akira or Tajiri, how he is now.
Mm-hmm.
That would probably be the match I'd want to see.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely right there. Absolutely. So, Wade, do you have anything else to say to the people before we head out?
Not not really, just to give Joshi Perochi a chance, and if you don't want to get into it, just go to Wikipedia and just read about it.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what else? I'm going to put a few more links in the description box below. I'm going to put World Wonder Ring Stardom on Wikipedia link, Wrestling New Classic Wikipedia link, Pro Wrestling Wave Wikipedia link, and lastly, the two, New Japan Pro Wrestling and BJW, Big Japan Pro Wrestling. Big Japan Pro Wrestling, we forgot to say something about that. I don't know if you have watched any of the matches over their way, but that match, that promotion, BJW, oh my God, that has got to be one of the biggest, baddest hardcore matches over there, man. And I'm going to also put a link down in the description box below as an hour and 56-minute long event of hardcore matches that you're gonna see. You all gotta check it out. It's worth watching.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Oh yeah, you will have to check that out too, 77. I'm telling you, man, that BJW, Big Japan Pro Wrestling. Oh my God, man, that promotion is hardcore, and that's how ECW was invented, because of Japanese wrestling. And to my point of view,
Mick Foley and Terry Funk going over there to Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling, which like I said, that's where High Boots came from, and one of my all-time favorites, Queen of Hardcore, Megumi Kudo.
Oh yes. Oh, absolutely yes, bro. Absolutely yes, right there, man. But anyway, just check out the links that I'm going to put at the bottom. I'm Flo, and this is 77. I'm going to call him by the name of Short. I'm going to put his channel in the description box as well. Check out his videos and what he do. He makes one of the best awesome Japanese wrestling crawls in WWE games such as WWE 12, WWE 13, and soon to be WWE 2K14. Keep on subscribe to his channel, and he also got some of the best Japanese wrestling matches videos that he uploaded on his channel as well too. Go check those out. I'm Flo, this is 77, and we're out. Peace to y'all.